Hi guys, it's me again, Carrie Silver Lining Manna, and today I'm going to publish the part two of the higher self questions with Jason. And he was so sweet to offer that up to everybody. I got my own questions answered too. So I really appreciate that, and I know a lot of you will as well. Um, this one I took some time to share a little story about a friend of mine. I'm so glad to be able to have gotten that question answered, and I'm hoping that she will run with it and take the little bit that we gave her, and I hope that that plants seeds, and so that she will continue to search and grow and help herself heal. That was pretty cool. And you'll hear about that soon into the video. What else? I'm not really sure if I had. There's really no. Oh, I know. So a long time ago, Jason and I made this video when I went to go see him in Alabama, and I forgot to use it with the video I meant to use it with, one of the sex videos. I forgot. So then I was going to use it with another video, and I forgot. So then I finally remembered, but I couldn't find it. But then I found it, but now I can't find it again. So I may or may not be adding in a little video of me and Jason, Sarah, and Jessica, and Sarah's daughter Amy. I don't think she was in the video though, but we took a little tour of an old factory when we were out in Alabama, and that video is tripping me the fuck out because it doesn't go in my video section. The phones automatically divide your pictures for you. So I have a whole category of just videos. It's not in there. But then I was scrolling around my photos looking for photos for my Silver Linings Live poster, and there was the video again, but not with the videos, but with the photos. So I was like, great, I'll use it for the next one, which was this one. But when I went to go look for it to load it into my laptop, it's gone again. So maybe if I look again, it will have reappeared. I don't know what's going on with that. But you know what? I should just go back to Jason's, and we should go again and interview some of the ghosties that he saw walking around but didn't say anything. Jason, knock that shit off. All right, so here we are. Higher Selves, part two. Maybe, maybe not. Tour of factory. I don't know. A little bit of story and just messages of encouragement. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Oh, but look what I took the time to do. I crawled under my bench and I found my clapperboard. So let me go ahead. The Carrie and Jason show on Silver Linings, answering higher self questions. And action. Here we go, guys. Enjoy. All right, we are recording, and Jason and I are back because we did not get a chance to finish up that list of questions. We got through quite a bit though, so this show may be, almost said smarter, I meant smaller. But having said
Shit, it
that,
may be smarter too.
it might be, but just so much talking about us, we made you fill that whole hour up again. Okay, so how are you doing?
I'm good.
It's been like a whole week since we've
I
spoken.
know. It got cold down here.
Not here. It's still in the 90s in Texas.
Yeah, we were. I mean, it was like 90s, 80. It was like 97, and then it went to like 50, 60.
Woo-wee.
Yeah.
Kind
So
of
I got to go buy a coat.
shock to the system.
Yeah, it's nice though. It's a nice change.
I had, even though it's been this one little week, I had a whole roller coaster. And I was so excited to come and tell you, because remember how I was on mall, like waiting for the 20 to come back?
Right.
The 20 came back, and I was so happy. But then the 20 went right back away. So I am up and down and up and down. And remember the last question, this is going to be I'm getting another question because it's my show. So I have a follow-up question, because last week I was asking in which way my crazy, what did that mean to go crazy? And she said that I would be spending a lot of time overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
I have been overthinking like a motherfucker. I can't make the simplest decision. So I guess I didn't really mean to jump right in with this. I was just giving a lowdown of my week, but here I am. And my question is that am I in that place right now, fairy girl? Am I overthinking crazy period? Can't believe how hard it is for me to.
Are you over the overthinking?
No, am I smack in the middle of it? Because you know what else happened? When I process something, my hands blow up. I had to rip off all my nails. My hands are shredded. Remember how cute they were last week? Now they're little bloody nubs. And I really when I go through things, I haven't done this in a long time because I've healed so much. But when I was deep in the thick of it,
my solar plexus burns. I feel like I have this big, I picture it like a big yellow frisbee in my chest, just burning, almost like heartburn. So I've been having that pain. So I know I'm processing something. And not that I want to be in the middle of something, but if I'm in the middle of something, that means that I'm going to be at the end of something. So
Right.
So am I at that place right now where I can't decide shit, or am I overthinking? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's she does almost to the middle of it.
Okay.
Like not quite
But this is
halfway.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Because it really did just start.
Jaxica.
Yes, hi Jax.
Jaxica.
That was so funny. I haven't commented yet. That was perfect.
He says when you're he's making a joke. He's like, when your solar plexus gets all hot like that, he says, just fart. Just rip one out. Release it. Release it.
Oh, Eric, I'll find a more creative way to release it. Wink. All right. Oh, I have something else to tell you too. Remember that video I lost of the?
Oh yeah.
I found it. Yeah. So let me tell. Okay, I'm going back to my intro again. So when I was in Alabama last summer, Jason took us to, what's it called again?
Sloss.
What?
Sloss.
I keep wanting to say Strauss. Sloss. It was this factory thingy. Furnace factory? What was it?
Yeah, it was an old steel or iron factory.
Okay, well, we walked around it a little bit, and it was my intention to put that with a few videos back, but I just forgot, or I lost it or something, and I lost it and then it came back. Hopefully I didn't lose it again. So I'm going to tack it onto the beginning of this video because it's cute. It doesn't really relate to this video, but I don't care. It relates to me and you because we're adorts. So I'm going to try to put that back on. Okay, so I'm going to jump right back into these questions, and we are starting with, oh, it made my page start all over. I have to go search myself. Damn it, that irritates me. All right, well, tell me a little story. What's your weather like right now? Is it
cold and kind of rainy? Like I think it rained earlier, so it's wet. It's kind of wet, damp, and moist outside.
Talking about me. All right, here it is. We had cold for like one day and it jacked right back up. We're back in the.
I think we're finally over the summer. And Halloween should be cold.
Is it always cold, or do you have some hot Halloweens?
No, we've had hot. I feel like anytime I have a really hot costume, like temperature-wise, hot,
right.
It's blazing outside and I'm sweating like a whore in church.
That's the truth of it. Do you have a costume for this year? Do you know what you're going to be?
No, I don't. I have no clue. I've done really good the last 3 years, so I feel like this year I'm just gonna take a break. I may do some makeup or something, but then my friend Pete, last night we were talking about going to Siamese twins. So I may go get like 2 sweaters or sweatshirts from like Walmart or somewhere and just sew them together, because she's a black woman and I'm a white man. Like, we're Siamese twins.
You're identical twins. I can't tell you how many people still ask me if my twin, when I was little, or they were little, are your twins identical? I'm like, no, one's a boy and one's a girl.
Right. Duh. Like
that will be a funny costume. I'm always a cat, and the reason I'm always a cat is because I like to wear the cat makeup, and it's easy and cheap. Okay, hang on, I have a little cough. Okay. All right, here we go. We're starting with my friend Sabine. Ooh, she's a little cutie. She wants to know what her higher self has to say. She just wants a little bit of advice from her higher self.
This is Sabine.
Sabine Caroline, but that's how it is. That's
cute. What was the question?
Just a message and any advice. She's just one of those general ones.
She's
both easy and hard like this.
Yeah, she says, is that right? like keep going. Oh, I got the chill bumps. She's like, keep going forward, keep moving forward. It's the it's like you're on the right track, right? Like just don't look back, right? Like don't look back, keep moving forward. So I don't know if that means that there's a situation that she's working through right now, but it's like this: keep going forward. Like don't look back, keep going forward. You're on the right track.
Okay. Oh, that's such a good message to get. I don't care how general that is. You're on track is what you need to hear.
Oh.
You know what I wanted to start with, and I totally forgot, so I'm going to deviate and go back to it. I'm going to share a little mini story time with you. This is before, this is before I really went nuts. So this was years ago. I don't even know. This is actually one of the catalysts that brought me to Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And I met this woman. The first boy I ever loved from the skating rink, for whatever reason, connected me on Facebook with this girl that was a friend of his. And I guess he just thought we had good energy. Now in retrospect, I know exactly why she's here. But through our online friendship, I learned about her family a little bit, and she had a daughter who died on the operating table. And she's still dealing with that to this day. But this is how it plays into my story, because I like to make it all about me. But this little girl's name was Lily Bell. And at that very same time as Lily Bell's having her medical stuff, actually when she died was the same time as my friend Courtney had died. Courtney lived near me, and we had no business being friends with each other because she was 10 years younger than me and single, and we didn't match, but we just clicked, and I didn't know why. But she ended up killing herself. So I have Courtney that just died and Lily Bell that just died. And I have another friend who was a friend from those same skateway days as the first boy I ever loved. We knew each other all together back in the 80s. And that friend, Courtney, posted on her Facebook page, I'm at Disneyland, and I just took a ride on the Lily Bell. So I have my Courtney and Lily Bell that just died, and this Courtney riding the Lily Bell right then. My body's lighting up right now.
Yeah, right. Me too.
So how that led me to Eric was that I was still learning about my journey. I had a cousin that killed herself many years ago the same way, and that kind of set me on this journey. I was still trying to understand about how, the whole Bible and suicide and sin and all that. And I didn't follow it, but because I'm enmeshed in that society, that's what I was told. I didn't believe it or not believe it, but now I'm in a place of questioning it. So with this, when my friend Courtney hung herself, I posted in this group with medium Mark Anthony. I don't know if you've seen him around, but I've met him a couple times in town, and that was kind of interesting too. But I said in his group, I said, is it such a big deal to kill yourself, knowing that you're going to reincarnate and start over? I mean, my understandings were so limited back then. In that comment, he said, well, I want you to try this group called Grief After Suicide. So I went in there and asked that same question in there, and a woman named Stacy put me in the Channeling Eric group. So anyway, that's how I connected, was through this little girl's passing. And this little girl's mama, I see her struggle online, and she really, really wants to advocate for her daughter. She's very much, I hooked her up with Sarah too, because Sarah, in the same situation, a wrongful death, losing your child tragically to an accident, et cetera, and, fighting the legal battles, all that stuff. So
Right.
She's still like neck deep in it. And her situation went from bad to worse. And she shared all of this on the Alice Eats the Apple radio show. So I don't feel like I'm telling tales that she didn't already tell. But all of these things started happening to her too. It's like she can't get out of it. I feel so sad for this woman. But I understand it's the journey. She's not in our same circle, so she's not there yet, So I've hooked her up with Sarah. I don't know what's going on with that yet. But she's had tragedy after tragedy that she's pretty much saying I have catastrophes almost daily. So I wanted to share that really cool stinky story about the Courtney and the Lily Bell stuff. But my question is, if her daughter, Lily Bell, has any messages for her, or if her guides have any messages for her, she wants so much to communicate with her baby, and she's stuck. And you and I have our theories as to why, the vibration. But
I feel like she does. I feel like the daughter does communicate.
Okay.
Is she under 10?
She's a little itty bitty thing. She died when I'm
Okay.
going to guess about 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah. It feels like she does communicate.
Okay.
And it even though I know you're saying that she's not there yet, I
Yes.
feel like she acknowledges, like, I feel like there's moments where when she steps into, like, when she puts her energy towards her mom, that the mom recognizes it.
Mm.
Like, she does.
She might not know it for what
Um,
it is, though,
yeah,
so
but
this is
there's
going to help.
something that sparks her. So I feel like I'm want to stand at the sink in the kitchen. Um, and like I feel like that's where, like she comes up behind her in the kitchen. Um, when she's at the sink, whatever that means.
Okay.
But it's always the message of love, right? Like,
Right. Right.
and I'm here, right? Um,
Does Spirit have any messages to help her on her journey about what's next? I feel like it's like many of the people that they keep getting thrown more and more shit to help them get that surrender, that breaking
yeah.
point. I think my personal
Um,
feeling is that she needs to surrender that control over what happens to her daughter
mhm.
in the case. But
Because now it feels like I'm at the top of this hill, right? Like, let's say I'm in a wagon. That's kind of
okay,
what they show me. Like, I'm in this wagon at the top of this hill with the brakes on, and all I have to do is, like, if I release the brakes, right, I can then I've been going up. I've been going uphill, uphill, uphill. I'm finally at the top, but I have the brakes on. Like, if I can let the brakes go, then I can just like I can ride down, like I can coast down.
she needs to let
Um,
go, huh?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
But I
and we're
get it.
gonna
It's
help her.
hard, right? Like, it's hard.
It's her
But
baby. Yeah.
but she feels like she's been there the entire time, like trying to help her through this. Because it's the mental aspect of it that's preventing, or that's causing the constant catastrophes, right?
Okay. Yes.
Um, she makes me feel like she's with an older lady also,
Oh,
like a grandmother.
okay.
Um, I'm assuming it would be a grandmother. But like, this lady is who met her. Um, was this? I feel like I feel like I'm I feel like I'm cracked open. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it. Like, if I know you said that she was on the operating table, so it makes sense that,
Yeah.
she's cut open. But I feel like I don't know. That may not make sense. I feel like I'm open, not just like a non-invasive, like, surgery where they're going in microscopically. I feel like I'm.
You want me to tell you? I'll tell you. I mean, it doesn't matter. She had and I don't know it, but I saw the pictures. There were scars all over this poor little girl's skull. She had surgery on her brain. It caused her to go blind and other things.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Um, is there, does she, is there a brother also still here? Does she have the,
Did you say brother?
yeah, because I
Like it
feel like
cut out.
she's
She
referencing the brother figure that would still be here.
she has interesting siblings. She's got a twin sister, a next sister up, and then twin boy girl siblings. So there is a brother, but she also has a twin who's a girl. Sometimes the girls have boy energy.
She, I don't know, like, not to say that the other two, like the twin sister and the,
Right?
God, that's got to be horrible for the twin sister.
I know. See, my cousin that died was a twin too.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, if if Brandon, like if something happened to, like if something happened to him. But there's something about the reference to the brother.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, unless you would think that the twin would have the connection or would be connecting, but if it's anybody, I feel like it's the brother.
Okay. Well, maybe it's, what's the brother want to say? Anything?
Well, no, I feel like is the brother not still here?
Yeah,
living?
he's here. He's here.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I think she's connecting to
With the brother. Okay.
With the brother.
Oh, okay.
It's that she's like, I kept fighting, right? Like I kept fighting, like, Mom, keep fighting, but at some point you have to realize you don't have to be in the act of fighting everything and everybody at every second of every moment of the day, right? Like you're doing it, you've got to work, but at some point, like I want to tense up, right? Like I'm always just like fighting.
Yeah.
It's that like relax. You can't, right? Like you can't do it 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Right.
Just you've got it. It's what you said, like the
Okay.
and letting go doesn't mean forgetting.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I think that's what I feel like, people get stuck in these places. It's like they feel like they're going to dishonor or forget, or, it's like, I don't care about you anymore because I'm done fighting for you. And I don't know if that's it, but it could be, that's her way to stay connected and things like that. Okay, well, I've actually, I've invited her to come to my event. I think that would be so good for her. So, Crystal, try to come. But if not, make sure you talk to Sarah because she's got so much good information on how to turn your grief into something different, more positive, productive, enjoyable relationship with your baby girl, your Lily Bell.
I've got the chill bumps.
So
It's
such
bad.
an interesting story, and I'm so glad to have this question answered because I swear, Jason, from day one, she's kind of felt like my pet project in a way. I've always wanted to help her, but I don't connect like that. And I can give her the name of medium so many times. I mean, I haven't done that, but people have to find their own journeys. And when she sought me out the other day, and I'm like, this is it. This is the moment. So I'm hoping that she will accept the help that my friends and I have given or offered her. Okay, moving on. Thank you so much for that, Jason. Okay, this is from Holly. She says, I have had a cough since I was in my teens, and I'm now almost 50. I probably cough 50 times a day. No doctor has ever been able to diagnose it. I've been extensively tested, no asthma,
It's past life.
Okay, what can she do for it?
Once you realize, I think this is Jaxica. He's like, I fucking hate that name. Jaxica. the Jaxica.
Poor baby. Cross-dressed.
It feels like she was hung in a past life, right? And that's where the cough comes from, or choked. It's something, right? Like, which makes sense for the cough. So what is that right? Okay. So it seems like because she said it started when she was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
So what happened is that the body got to a certain age and said, like, connected to the other life and said, okay, it's this time. This happened to me. And so now the body in this present moment started to mimic, right, like the energy of what happened. The cells, we contain all of our past, future, present, sideways, upside down lives, whatever. So how do we get rid of that? I'm like, can she get rid of it? He says yes. And the first step is acknowledging that, or understanding the cause of it, right? That's why doctors haven't been able to figure it out, because there's nothing medically
That's trippy.
wrong.
That's trippy.
So it starts with understanding the cause, acknowledging and accepting the cause, and then it goes back to the release thing you're kind of talking about. Release, like, let yourself know, this is a new body.
Okay.
Like, this did not happen to me. She wants to do a ceremony, like, just for the intent, make it fancy.
That
Light
shit
a
does
candle,
work
do something.
too. Yeah, because you set those
like,
intentions.
she can do that. Yeah, like, she can do that, like, with the intent of saying, like, okay, I know this is a new body. This did not happen to this body. I understand what happened in the past. That was the past. I no longer need to suffer from this, right? And then that's all she needs to do is
That's
have the
interesting,
conversation with herself.
Because it's not even like true inner work, it's not
Yeah.
like she's redoing all of the bullshit.
Yeah, the body's just remembering. Like, the new body is remembering what happened to the old body.
And
so
Holly,
that's simple enough. But if she needs to do something, ceremony, ritual, to give it more power, like to put more belief behind it, if she thinks that just talking to herself about it is not enough, she can do that.
You know what else she can do? I'm not trying to get any money out of her. She can hire an energy healer to help blast that shit out too.
Yeah.
But you really can. I mean, I'm not trying to take your power away, because I 100% believe you can do it yourself. But there's something to be said to getting help too. So, because just like you said, your ceremony, hiring an energy healer would act as that ceremony too, in a way, putting that belief into it. So that's all it is. You believe you can do it yourself, you can. Okay, that's trippy, Holly. Okay, here's Angela. It kind of cracks me up. Why am I here again? I think you're gonna keep coming back and back forever. Maybe not human, but somewhere, girl.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Because you wanted to, right? Like, I feel like we all go through that. Right?
Yes, when you're in, when it's so shit.
What was I thinking?
And remember, I don't know where you are now, but I remember thinking, man, I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to get home. And I don't fear it ever, and I do look forward to it, but I'm not in a hurry to get there, because I'm enjoying my, humanness now. But there was a while where I couldn't wait to get back. Why the fuck am I here? Oh, I get that. Because, Angela, because you wanted to come here and experience.
Yeah, and you're a badass. You wanted to come back, right?
That's true.
You're a badass. You wanted to come back.
This is like the hardcore school of evolution for our spirit selves. Okay, now I don't know how to say this name, but I think it's just CHE. Is that Chi?
Probably Chi.
Chi Dolan. What purpose did it serve or will serve me in having a stroke 18 months ago and having my memory greatly affected? My hands and face are numb. Walking is difficult. Please and thank you so much. And then we both got a hug, I think.
So what was the purpose of the stroke?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, the purpose of the stroke was because you chose to go through that, right? Like, to experience that. So then the memory loss, and then the physical. It goes back to the same thing. And I hate to say that, but it's something that you chose, right? Something that you chose to experience. Because there's a starting over, right? Like, there's a starting over period, because some things you have to learn to do again. You have to relearn certain things. It also is an indicator, or was an indicator of, I feel like I'm on the go, and I never gave myself a chance to be in the moment and relax. And but that was all intentional, like, everything was for a reason. And this was very much a way of saying, slow down, right?
Okay.
Like, stop, be in the moment.
Boy, look what you chose to do. You chose to fuck your body up in order to slow your
Yeah.
roll. But it really was, you know, your choice, and that's
Mhm.
a tough pill to swallow sometimes.
Yeah. And there's something about an independency, or um, gaining the independence back. Um, and realizing that you can overcome, right?
Okay.
Like, so no matter the obstacle, like, you're getting through this. Yeah, you may not ever get back to 100%, but you're still getting through it, right? And that's what we're all doing with life, right? We're getting through it. Um,
That makes
so
me
yeah.
feel like Sarah, with her doing grief differently, you are learning to do life differently. It's just,
Hmm.
and like you said, starting over. I'm going to relearn how to live my life because now I'm different. That's interesting. That's a pretty good lesson. Well, yes and no.
And it comes back to, like, I feel, and this is for everybody, I feel like people that either come into this world with disabilities or handicaps, or people that go through these life altering experiences, I'm like, you're a badass, like, you didn't choose the simple route of never getting
Right.
sick and never having to experience X, Y, or Z. Like, you come in and you say, I'm gonna pile it all on.
Do
And
you
as
feel
easy as,
like, sorry,
no, go ahead.
do you feel like too that, remember Diane's, where part of the reason for her contract was to give all the others around her the experience?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you absolutely, the people around you signed up for this too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this feels more individual than it
Okay.
does.
Okay.
Where hers was more like group
Mm-hmm.
contract.
Mm-hmm.
This feels more individual
Okay.
and personal. But you're a badass,
Rock on.
right? Like, you're a badass for coming in and being like, yeah, I want to go through this. I want to experience. I want to experience this.
All right, so you go ahead and you be pissed off at yourself for a minute. Then
Yeah.
you do what you set out to do.
Yeah.
There it is. I let myself be whiny just for a little bit because I'm a human and I must process. But
Right. I'm gonna bitch about it too for
right.
eventually I'm gonna stop.
You can't stay there, but we are humans. So I told you I was in that shit. I've been going through this thing and I've been trying to just deny it because I know that you got to buck up and move on. But that's not the answer. I am a very emotional girl and I got to
Mhm.
process my feelings. So I was okay to let myself be a little whiny for a couple days. Poor Heather, man, I'm slamming her with messages and I'm yelling at her. She goes, "I know you're not yelling at me. It's okay." Okay, so here's Stephanie. You're going to love this one.
Okay.
I would really love to know what the hell is wrong with me now, or what the hell is wrong with me and how can I fix it? Welcome to the club, girl.
Right. The $1 million question.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with me?
I feel like this is very lighthearted.
Me too. She's got smiley faces.
Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with you. Um,
How about just a pointer, an advice, or a pat on the back?
um,
Jack.
yeah. It's like, just keep being crazy, right? Embrace it.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
She seems like the kind of girl that's got that down. You go.
Yeah.
Girl. You rock your
It
crazy.
makes life fun, right? Like, you don't want to be this cookie cutter, like, the same as everybody. That's not you. Like, stand out, be crazy, embrace it, love it.
All right. So there's no fixing your crazy. It's you.
Yeah.
You embrace that
It's
shit.
you. Yeah.
You make it work for you. Okay. We're moving on. You know what? How funny. This is Jan Armstrong, and I swear, I think I'm gonna be sad if I'm wrong, but I think that she sent me these earrings, little angel earrings, and she may have even made them. I don't know. Jan, if I'm wrong, and if I've given you credit that belongs to somebody else, I'm sorry, but I'm wearing them if it's you. Okay, I would like to know what purpose is this pain in my back serving me that cannot be surgically fixed? It is causing me great depression and no way to live. I've tried everything. Please help.
So what's the purpose, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's all these fortune cookie answers, and I hate that. But
Okay.
it is what it is. Um, it's no different than Chi with the stroke.
Okay.
Um, and it's all about, and I understand she's saying, it's no way to live because it sucks, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
constant pain, don't have the mobility, but it's contract stuff, right? Like it's, um, there's not a,
She maybe to find a way to, well, who, of course, to find
I think
to,
it's, yeah. And it feels like it's like, so what would be the lesson behind it, right? What am I supposed to
yeah.
learn?
Yeah.
It's that it feels, this is what it feels like, to not, it's almost like a, how do I describe that? Not giving up control, but being in a place of allowing other people to help,
Okay.
right? Like if we're going to go, what's the spiritual lesson of it?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It would be putting yourself in a place of allowing others to help, right? Like,
So is it learning how to like trust of being vulnerable or
yeah, it's not
not
vulnerable in the
quite?
sense it's, some people just cannot take help from others, right? Like they just always got to do it by themselves. They don't want any help at all. Like it's letting go of that and
Okay. That's
like,
literal yeah, that's
yeah,
total control. And that's what many of these things that we're letting go of control, letting go of things that
isn't it so
control
weird
us.
how I feel like, and I feel like this has happened for a reason. Like I feel like the first set of questions that we did,
Uh-huh.
there was a theme that kind of ran
Uh-huh.
through, and now this set of questions, there's a different theme, but it's still the same kind of underlying theme that is running through
Yeah, that's interesting,
the rest of
huh?
these. But yeah, it's,
To learn how to relinquish the control.
yeah,
We're all
yeah,
trying to do that. That is part of our, isn't that interesting? Part of learning self-empowerment is relinquishing control. You become powerful when you give up control. Isn't that
and
weird?
I want to say, I don't know if this would be a possibility for her. But they keep saying float tanks.
Ooh.
Like with it's the water with all the
Yeah.
salt in it, to where
Yeah.
it feels like that would help alleviate
Ooh, try that,
some of the
girl.
pressure, right? I've done it once. I got hot. I was like, ooh, it was too hot in there.
I was told to
Um,
do one of those to connect with spirit.
yeah, I mean you're in this isolated, and I had to crack the door open, so I had light coming in because I forgot to turn the light off in the room before I got into the tank. Uh, And at that point, I'm floating naked in this tank. I'm not about to get up out of it and go turn the light off.
Right.
But yeah, it was, you just feel, I don't know, like you
Sensory
come out of it.
deprivation, huh?
Yeah. And like, you're just so relaxed.
Really? Oh, I want to try
Yeah.
that.
It was fun. But I feel
I'll,
like they keep mentioning it. So it may help alleviate, even though, I mean, it's not going to fix, right? But it could be a temporary, it's to help
yeah.
alleviate.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going to cure you, but it sure is nice to get that break once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Look for a Groupon.
Yeah. Seriously.
I
Groupon.
think this is what I think it is. She lives overseas. They probably don't have them over there. Try anyway. Okay, so all right, Kim. Kim wants to have conversations with her higher self and other energies across the veil. She wants to hear the responses and continue to have a conversation. How do I hear, see, and feel her higher self? And all the other spirits. I guess she just wants channeling pointers for
Yeah.
her personally.
I told people this the other day.
Hmm.
So first and foremost, you do it. You're doing it. It happens every day, right? But it's our judgment of ourselves and our abilities that prevent us from believing it's happening, right?
Right.
So let your imagination run wild. I can't tell you how to see them or hear them with your ears because very rarely does that happen for me, right?
How are you receiving right now? Because a minute ago you were like, how do I say that? How do I say that? Is it one of those like energetic
it's feeling,
impressions?
yeah.
Okay, that you have to
How do you
translate.
interpret? Yeah, how do you
Okay.
interpret a feeling, right?
Okay.
Sometimes it's just a no. You just know, but then it's a feeling. So what my tip would be is whether you want to write it down or you want to record it, like on your phone or whatnot. Have an imaginary conversation. Okay. Set the intent for whoever it is that you're wanting to connect with. Imagine that you're having, well, don't imagine, but actually either write out the conversation like you're writing out a play, right? And you're writing your lines and you're writing their lines.
Okay.
Or when you record it, start talking as if you're talking to them, and then just wait a minute and then go with your first instinct and answer your question, right? And then have that back and forth. Like when we say that it's our imagination, it allows us to be more free with it, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't judge it, right? Because it's just my imagination. But it's not your imagination. So when you're having the dialogue, and literally like record, and you're saying, but you're doing both parts, right? Record it.
Right.
Don't judge what's coming out. Just say it or write it down, and then ask when you should go back and listen to it. Because sometimes if you go back and listen to it right away, you're gonna be like, "This is bullshit. Like I just made all this shit up." Ask them when you're having the conversation. Say, when should I go back and listen to this? It may be 3 days, 3 months, a year, but it gives you a different when you have distance in between, right? Like when you are able to set it to the side and then come back to it, it gives you a new perspective, and it's going to help you realize, you know what? Like I would not have said that. Like when you're responding for them, you're going to be like, that's not the way that I talk. Like I wouldn't have said that.
Okay.
That's going to be that's the easiest way, the first step.
Let me ask you this, because okay. So I used to do the practice readings on the Shiny event, and you just partner up with somebody and read them. But I'm just, I feel like somebody comes up to me and says, tell me something. Give me a message from my guide. It's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So do you feel like if you were in that situation doing like a trade-off or whatever, would it be easier for somebody to ask you, give me a message? Or would it be easier for you to answer specific questions such as, should I go on this trip to so-and-so, or what's the best, or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Was it more better with a specific question or a general, like when you're practicing?
Yeah. I would rather you not say anything.
Okay.
And I would rather just let me get a feel for it. Let me just tell you what I get. And then if you have questions, ask them afterwards. Like I do want you to respond though. Like I want you to give me confirmation if I'm right or wrong or close, to some degree. But initially, yeah, I would instead. I would definitely don't want them. Can I get a message? But yeah, the message is hello.
Right. See, I want to get specific person. Yes. You know what? I just answered my own question, because remember I even said it last time. Eric says the quality of your answer depends on the quality of your question. Okay. Because I feel like
I would just want to see. I would rather feel out who they have around them first, even if that's not their question, because that's just what I like to like. Okay. I'm more interested in who they have, and then once I make that connection, then yeah, if you want to ask questions, like specific questions, because like you said, the more specific the question, the more specific the answer.
All right. You know, I play those practicing games in my head, and I
Mhm.
feel like when I have an actual question, I can imagine an actual answer. But when I'm so
Yeah.
open, like, what do I do next? Go pee? You know what? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. We all of us that are not there yet, and probably the mediums that are there yet, probably still have the doubts and wondering how I can do it. This, that.
Oh yeah, it always it's just, uh, and like I said, like it's gonna be different. It's different for everybody. But the main key is just it goes back to that releasing, right? Like the letting go and just not judging yourself over, like an am I doing this? Did I get this? Is this right? Is that really them? Is it just me making it up?
It sure
Stop it,
feels like
right?
making it
Like,
up. I had to do that Romanoff girl, and I was like, I have no fucking idea. I'm just making up stuff that I think a young princess might say.
but
Uh,
you're putting yourself in their shoes, right? You're empathizing with that energy. So who's to say that, who are you to say that that wasn't her, right? That could be the way that you connect, imagining,
hmm,
right? Like you
okay,
imagine that you are that person if I was in this situation, because that can be how you can connect
okay.
to the energy. Um, Imagination is a great word, and it's also can be a very bad word. Um, it's great because it allows you the freedom of not judging information.
You don't
But
have
then
to
it's
be wrong because there's no such
yeah,
thing as wrong imagination.
but then it's bad because or good and bad, right?
Right, right,
It's
right.
bad because it can prevent us from acknowledging valid information coming from an outside source, right? So imagine, have the conversation. If you want to write it, like I said, if you want to write it out like a play where you're writing your lines and their lines, to me, I'm going to get tired of writing, so I would record it. Um,
And don't forget, you're not doing a YouTube video for everybody to see. It's just
yeah,
you
it's
and
just you,
yourself. So
just you.
have fun with it. Okay. Okay, I have, so here's another name I'm not going to say right. Manoj Kumar Singh. I wonder how I did. Manoj, Manoj. I would like to know whatever my higher self wants to tell me at this point of time in my life. I am in a difficult situation and need advice. Uh-oh.
Um, I mean this out of the utmost love and respect, and this is not being directed at anybody. When our friend is like,
Jaxica.
eye roll, like, could you hear my eyes roll? Like when what would they like to tell me? Like that message. I'm just like, I know, right? Um, it was just funny. It was funny, and
He's
it's not a
sassy.
mean. Yeah, it's not to be mean.
He told me I was a
Um,
drama queen one time. He's like, not because you create drama, but because you cry all the time. So I get the eye
so
rolls too.
like the difficult situation is only temporary. That's what they would want to tell you.
That is the
Um,
truth. Things seem so
it's only
dire.
temporary. Yeah,
All right, is this person going to have success pushing through this situation?
yeah, hmm
You'll
yeah.
get through it. Have trust.
You will.
Next time you hit another situation like this, remember the last one because you do push through it. Think of
Yeah,
all the shit that you've all gone through when you're so
yeah.
stressed out and feeling like it's the end of the world. But now it's just like, oh, I remember when I went through that. I'm glad that's done.
It's like this is the 35th time the world's ending, right? Like
Right.
you survived the last one, you're gonna survive this one too. You will. Like
your,
it's
your,
gonna get
soul,
better.
your solar plexus frisbee will not burn soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it feels like it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. Like it'll end sooner rather than later.
I know, well, these questions were, well, this is posted a week ago, and sometimes things feel like they take forever. Other times they're done in like 3 days. I just, they don't have
Yeah.
time, so they don't know what soon means. They'll tell you soon, but that doesn't mean jack shit to me because
I
sometimes
mean,
their
I
version
would
of
be
soon is
willing
8 years.
yeah, I would be willing to bet that since they posted the question, the situation has already gotten better.
That's possible, because that happens. I can't tell you how many times that happens to me. Okay, well, either way, whether it's on its way to getting better or not, it will soon.
Yeah, it will.
Okay, Heather. Ooh, she really needs to hear some good news or something positive about her future. Would you please relay any meaningful messages from my higher self or guides? Thank you. Heather needs a boost.
When you said she needs to hear good news, he was like, good news. You heard it. Good
Okay,
news.
moving on. Just kidding.
Uh,
The literal.
um, so, God, that's so just generic.
Well,
But it's just
quality
everything.
of the question.
Yeah. He's like, he keeps going back. Good news. The good news is that you are alive and breathing, and you are able to experience this wonderful life that you are currently creating. And the key is to remember that you are creating this life. You create what you choose to go through. You choose how you go through it and what the outcome is. So the good news is that you are here and you are doing exactly what it is that you came down here to do.
So she's on track. That sounds like a great good news.
I feel like most people are we may sometimes feel like we're not, but
There is no
ultimately,
off track. It's just detours, truly.
Right.
And the reason
and
we detour.
good news again.
Oh, good news.
Yeah.
All right. So we detour either because there's something better on the other path, or we're just not ready to, or we didn't, learn what we were sent out to do, or whatever. I know, I've deviated a few times from my original path, and that's okay. It's frustrating, but I'll get.
But you know what? Like when we talk about detouring, it makes some people get the idea that it's taking them away from where they were supposed to be, even though you come back to it. But if you think about driving, how many times do we have to take a detour because the straight path, there's something there that's not good?
Exactly. We're going around to find something better.
Yeah.
And not only that, here's a little silver lining, and I'm going to go back to my twin shit, but I wasn't learning my lessons, so I created a need for a second twin.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at first so disappointed that I'll have my time with him, but I was so sad because I wanted him so bad. But my silver lining is that when I recreated this new path, or created a new path, I got double the boys. Now I get two of these relationships where they're, I wasn't learning, but the silver lining is that you were talking about roads. So instead of taking that straight road, I'm now taking the scenic route. So I get to see some other sights along the way. I'm still getting to where I need to be, but now I get to take a little side trip. Yay! So, yeah. Don't worry about when you deviate. Look at where you need to go. Okay, so Heather, you are on track. Let's find out what up with Julie. Julie wants to know why she's still single after 10 years. Good question.
Julie, if I could answer that question.
Right. Jason and I would quit crying on each other all the time if we had that answer.
The simple answer is because
there it is, another cookie cutter.
You chose to be single, right? Like,
why did I choose to be single?
One, it's a time of self-acceptance. It's also, so there's parts of it, right? There's a self-accepting aspect of the time that you are alone. There's also you know what you want and it just didn't present itself. So why waste your time with something that you know is not gonna work, right? not to say that there haven't probably been things or people sprinkled in throughout that time frame. But it wasn't the right time, right? It's not the right time. Is it gonna happen? Is she gonna find a man? Yes. I feel like there's gonna be an age gap, like older, like he would be older or they would be older, and not by like 3-4 years. I'm talking more like 10-15, like a big age gap. Is that going to happen soon? No.
Some more inner work going on, girlfriend. He's out there.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's just like with me. It's not that prize at the end. It's not the guy, but that's the carrot dangled in front of us to continue with our inner work. Oh, keep working at it, girlfriend. Okay. Belinda would like to ask, she says, I would like to ask my higher self for knowledge to help advance my abilities. Okay, well, we kind of already went through that. Is there anything to extend on that for Belinda personally?
Yeah.
Or
so Belinda needs to realize that there is no needing to grow her abilities or strengthen her abilities, because they're already there. What Belinda needs to focus on is getting rid of the doubt of what is happening already in her present situation. This is like you know how you have these people that they go to, I do this course, and then I'm doing this next course, and then I'm doing this next course, and they're constantly beginner 101 course. I'm doing this 101 course. I'm doing this 101 course. You've done them, right? Like I just want to be like, how many times are you going to keep? I'm not saying that she's doing like all these courses, but the analogy, right? Like,
right.
How many times are you going to go through this 101 course? Like, you got it already. You know you do.
Ooh.
That's why you keep like going through these courses, because you're looking for validation, essentially. This is weird. The higher self feels very regal, right? Like royal in a sense. I'm not saying it's a queen,
right,
or whatever, but it does feel, that's the feeling that it has. But it's just believe in yourself, Belinda. Believe in yourself. You're already doing it. There's no need to strengthen.
Go practice doing readings.
Yeah.
Practice on me. Find out about my love life.
Yeah, put it into use. Put it into effect. And just know that you're already doing it. You're already doing it.
She might already, feel like she is, but then be so doubty of it. Quit doubting.
And I get it. You're gonna, people doubt. Like we all do it. There's been several times where I'm like, I'm just making this shit up, but I know I'm not.
I love it when it comes in clear, though. I love it when like, okay, this is just too smart. This is not me. This is somebody else's information. It sounds like my voice and it sounds like my verbiage, but these are brand new thoughts that are slamming into my brain. That was like with Jean Francois. I got so much stuff going on in one night. That was cool.
You got it already, Belinda.
Got it. Okay, now I'm gonna go on to M. Christina. Okay, well, I kind of talked about this in the first video. She wants to know what her life purpose is, and I have many, but maybe we can, Spirit can touch on one in particular, or I don't know.
Education.
To give it or receive it.
Yeah, to educate.
Okay. I wonder if she's a
Whether
teacher.
I don't know if that means like school wise, like teacher type thing.
Because I'm a teacher and I'm not in the school, so it could be all kinds of things. Okay. All right, I'm gonna move on. You got to teach the people.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert. He wants to know if he's ever going to get a boyfriend again before he's 84.
Join the club, Robert. Um, our friend is like, he wants to know if he's going to get some dick.
Dick. Don't we all?
So yes, but don't. And see, I hate saying stuff like this because I don't want their perception. Like, I don't want them to be like, well, Jason said that, my next one's not going to last. Right. And then and then they self-sabotage.
Sabotage it. Right.
Right. But as it is in this moment, because moments change.
That's true. Detours.
In this moment, yes. But it's not going to last long. The next one. Right. Like,
okay. You gotta get your feet wet again.
One. Yeah.
I don't know.
Two.
If he's anything like me, I will just take like the one that's not going to last. Just bring me something.
Right.
Anything.
It feels like there will be two. It feels like there will be two before there's what we would say the final one, right? Like so the husband material.
He's going to
two before the husband.
He'll take the scenic route to love then.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Robert. That's not such a bad message. I like that one. Okay, Kim. She says, "Hi, I'd like to ask my higher self if I'm getting it. I feel I'm just starting to understand what I've come to learn, and I'm 59 years old.
Yeah.
Any advice would be appreciated. Thank you."
You're getting it.
More than we're getting.
Yeah, you're getting it. I feel so proud, right? Like the energy feels so proud.
Oh.
Like innocent. They're like, yeah, you're getting it. Like you are.
That's
like
so
trust
cool.
it. You're getting it.
Kim, when you hear this, I want you, if you don't mind, in one of the comment sections, elaborate a little. I want to know what you're getting, and can I get some too? Because she says she's getting it. I want to know what it is. That's cool. Because so many people are so lost, and she's like, I kind of get it.
Getting life, right? Like she's getting it. She's understanding how it works, and like how life works, and how this stuff works. Like the connections. She's she's getting it.
Okay. Like she's putting the dots together.
Yeah.
Sarah had a really good dot connecting post today.
Yeah, and like she realizes that it's not her. Right?
Okay. Oh, that's cool. So she's like a bump above many of the other people. I don't mean above, but so many people like, I don't know. And she's like, I think I'm kind of getting it. We need to get everybody on board to her page. That's cool. Okay, so let her inspire you, everybody else. Kim's getting it.
You're getting it. You are. And they're like, you're getting it. Congratulations. Yes.
Yay, Kim. Okay, well, guess what? That was our last question. Can you believe we did it?
Yeah, that's so, like, the energy is still it's weird. Still here. It's so proud.
Well, do they want to say anything else to her? I love a happy ending. They're my favorite kind.
Yeah. It feels like this is weird because this hasn't happened yet. It feels like there's two higher selves.
Ooh,
right?
Tell me.
If we're gonna call this higher self, because this isn't dead, like this isn't like parents, like this isn't dead people.
Right, right.
But it feels like there's almost like it's almost like the Siamese twin type thing, like, right? Like they're not separate. They're separate, but they're not separate. Like it.
This fascinates me. I love soul shit.
Like Vesica Pisces-ish, like this is still a circle, this is a circle, but those circles are connected, right?
Yeah.
But it feels like it's two, almost like twins. That's weird. Not weird, but like I just never had, like I've never felt that
That is
before. I guess I guess that can happen, right?
cool. Anything can happen, but this is my passion. I love learning this kind of stuff.
But yeah, it feels like, and I mean, it could be that for whatever reason, it's choosing to represent itself as two.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that reason would be, but it feels right.
Okay. Kim, I'm assigning you to investigate that and tell me about it.
Yeah, because Kim, you're getting it.
Since
So
you're getting it, you get the
figure it
rest of
out.
it.
Figure
Get
it out
it
for
and give
us.
it to me. No, I want to learn about this.
Yeah, because it feels like I can go back together, or I can do this thing. Like I can go back
Okay.
to this whole, but right now it's like this
That is so cool.
separate to where there's two,
Do
but it's
they?
still one.
Let me ask that higher self, whatever it is. Do you ever like merge into one, or you always
Yeah.
sort of split?
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll merge back into one, and then they can separate again. But it's not a full separation.
What's the point of this, and how common is it?
It's duality.
Oh gosh, I wonder if she feels like, because I feel like I have duality, a before and an after, but not at the same time.
Mm-hmm. It's something with duality. But it's weird because it's not like male female. It doesn't really feel like it had, like this one doesn't
No gender.
really feel gender.
Mm-hmm.
It just is very androgynous, like both of them.
Do they ever completely separate, or no? They're always connected.
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it separates.
Okay, that's so cool. I love that. This feels like a little bonus.
Yeah, that's cool. Figure it out.
Figure it out. You're getting it.
Figure it out. Yeah, you are.
Okay, I got 2 more questions for Jax, and they're the
Okay.
same question, but one's for me and one's for you.
Okay.
But Jax, for me, you know I'm whiny and struggling right now because I know you're spotting on my heart. Do you have any personal advice for me that I could use? that I might use.
He's such a bitch.
I know.
He's like, watch where you're going.
Because I always fall, maybe.
Yeah. He says, watch where you're going.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now what about Jason? What are you going to tell him?
I can't say that. I can't say it on camera.
Tell me later.
Yeah. He's being funny.
I want the same message Jason got.
You would love it. He's like, go eat a. I'm like, I wish I could. I'm like, you find one for me. One for me.
Bring me. So funny. All right, I'll try and go. Well, let me ask him that. I'm just going to. Why do I wipe out all the time? Is there some kind of spiritual shit? Because I used to think it was I wasn't grounded, but I'm grounded.
He just says
now.
You're clumsy.
I am. Okay. All right. Sure am.
Yeah. And it's clumsy and getting in a rush and not paying attention to where your fucking feet are going.
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's it exactly. I was walking with sunglasses on in a dark parking lot. My hair was all fluffed around, and I'm just walking, and there goes my ankle. That's it. He nailed it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, then. I know that you have a very important meeting to attend soon.
Yes, Golden Corral.
A meeting.
Num, 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 num.
Take a picture of the gravy all over your face.
Oh, I will. And the melted cheese.
Yes. Get some chocolate-covered cotton candy.
And it's so bad. Like, I only ever eat the trash food there. Like,
the macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, and then I pour extra melted cheese on top of it.
I go for the steaks.
Look, I have a gravy plate, and then I have a cheese plate.
That's so gross.
I know. And I just get all the garbage food. It's probably not even real food, but it tastes amazing.
Get super stoned and find a coupon.
Mhm.
Oh God, that sounds fun. Oh, I want to go to the Golden Corral with you. God, that place is so bacteria filled. Whatever.
Mhm.
Good. Sometimes it's worth the suffering. Okay, I'm going to let you go on your date. I have a date with Heather. I think we're going to talk to another version of ourselves, an alien.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to get going on that. And you have a great day, and thank you for doing this. I know that, some people got a little kick out of it. Other people may have been life-changing moments. So we're doing good work here. So thank you for joining me again.
Thank you for having me.
On the Carrie and Jason show. All right, we're going to do it again soon, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Love you
Have
too.
fun. Bye.
Bye.